Hi guys, welcome back to Isha's Thoughts. And I don't know how much time I have before my cell phone says, oh, memory low, but I did want to touch on a subject really quick because the latest tea is pretty much that, not courtesy of Not Again, she linked me to this channel that is about this woman from a third world European country. And she was a YouTuber, she was doing her thing and then she disappeared off of YouTube for a year. She's coming back. She's telling what she's been through because she's so shocked that her subscriber count didn't go down. They were still there and they were patiently waiting for her to come back. That's the type of support I would want to give all my peoples that I love and enjoy to watch on YouTube. Like, unless I'm going through stuff and can't be on YouTube, I'm not unsubscribing. Unless you do something that's just unforgivable, Chantal, and then I just am done with it. Not that I was ever subscribed to her, but I did give her clicks, views, and likes and some support because I genuinely used to enjoy her. And, my feelings aren't easily hurt, but she kind of stuck it to me, But long story short, she gets back on YouTube. She can't believe her subscribers. Not Again is bringing more people her way. I subscribed. I listened to her story. And it's absolutely insane, and it just puts a lot of stuff into perspective. But the main reason why she, not only just for her to share her experiences in the dark side of feederism and all that stuff, because that's real, but also because there's a special guest starring in this story, okay? So the woman is pretty much giving her story about how she met this guy. He was slimmer than her, and she was always not morbidly obese, but of course in that country skinny was favorable, and she was a little on the heavier side, and she's really not that big, but she's telling her story, because in her country, if you're not slim, you're big, pretty much. So the guy was nice and slim. Long story short, because I don't know when my phone's gonna conk out. Long story short, the guy was slim, courted her really fast. Listen, I feel that we're going to be together, blah, blah, blah. He seemed really nice. She said he's a keeper. In her country, the guy takes the lead. The woman's supposed to cook, but for some reason, he was like, you're not to cook. I'm going to do all the cooking and this and this and this. So they finally got to the stage where she gets to meet his parents. She goes to his house, and there's a bunch of family photos, and there's a guy in a photo who's really, really big, and most of the family's really, really big. So she just thought he hit the genetic jackpot, or it stood out to her that he was very skinny compared to his whole family, including the brother in the picture. And she goes, who's this in the picture? And he goes, oh, that's my brother that passed away. And she's like, oh my God, she feels so weird. Like she's known him all the time and didn't realize he had a brother. And, he passed away. And she wanted to give the condolences to the mother, but she was really shy. And this was the first time meeting her. And she didn't know how to feel. So she thought she would just keep it to herself. She didn't know how the mother would react, right? So she's going along in the story, and, things took a very weird, dark turn really fast. She's saying longer story short was that he was feeding her, and she would notice even when he went on dates or when he would cook, he's cooking really unhealthy, fatty stuff. And, even though she's considered a bigger girl, if you're not controlled by your appetite, when you eat bad stuff for you, you feel really bad. Like even I do. And also, if you overstuff your stomach, you feel really bad. Like I suffer with GERDs, a lot of gastrointestinal heartburn. I have all those issues. So again, not everybody's big from food. And when I do consume too much food or the wrong things, it really messes with me. And then I'm getting older, so it's only getting worse. But I digress. Let me get on with it. So long story short, again, so she's just saying she thought it was weird, and the relationship just get weirder and weirder. She's noticing that he's attracted to her when she's overstuffed and feeling bloated and looking bigger, and she noticed that she was steadily gaining weight, and he was like getting off on that. However, she's like starting to refuse. She's like, I don't feel good. I'm not doing this anymore. I can barely tie my shoes. I got to get healthier. And he starts doing a 360, which men do. I can't wait to talk about that when I really get some digital means here. and he just does a total 360 on her and starts treating her like dirt. And he was always controlling and whatever, but of course, when you're in your emotional and relationship high, you don't see it that way until they start getting mean and switching up, right? So, longer story short, again, he changed on her. It was a weird situation when they tried to get intimate. He wouldn't let her see him. And then they got intimate. He was very distant after the fact. And after that, it was a very long time again. Like almost, that was it. Like he wouldn't be intimate with her again after that. Especially, she noticed he just wasn't attracted to her anymore due to the fact that she wouldn't continue to eat. So obviously what I'm getting at and what she was getting at was that he was a feeder. And he straight up, after he says, you know what, he started like selling her nudes and doing all kind of disrespectful stuff, putting all her nudes on social media and paying feeder sites and feeder YouTubers, okay? And long story short, before this cuts off, one of those lovely YouTubers was none other than our celebrity girl, Foodie Beauty, Chantal Marie. And allegedly, all this is, right, she's going on to say that the guy goes, I don't need you anymore. I have YouTubers that I pay now for certain types of content, and I don't need you anymore. And she specifically, allegedly saw for herself. One of those was Hungry Fat Chick, and we all know Hungry Fat Chick used to dabble in the arts, in the adult arts, and then she specified Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty. So please go check out Not Again. I wish I could link, I could link stuff, and when I get it together, I just can't wait. I'm getting excited because when I get some internet means other than my cell phone, I will be able to do all that. But, again, so allegedly this is what happened, and it's very important. I need you guys to go check that out. I couldn't believe what I was watching, what I was hearing, and it's alleged, but you can't take away from someone else's trauma. Anyway, before this cuts off, let me try to see if I can get a snippet of her saying something about it.
Together, we had sex, but it was weird. Dan insisted on wearing
I can catch it before it cuts off.
He was completely clothed. Myself, I was completely naked. That was his thing. And he felt very aloof, detached from reality. And it was bad. It was nothing. And after that, he didn't even cuddle with me. He just went away to his bedroom. We lived in separate bedrooms. And we never discussed it. And I just assumed these were the rules of our sexual relationship. That's what is happening. I didn't know how to talk about these things with him. He also said that
I hope it doesn't cut off.
As we are living together, he will be the cook. He will be cooking food, and I have no business being in the kitchen. And I was surprised and actually thrilled, because in my home country, men never.
I didn't explain it very well, but hopefully it'll catch the gist of what she's saying. I might even try to fast forward it.
In the house to cook and clean and all that. And I was actually thrilled that this guy, he is Canadian, by the way, decided to be the cook. But everything that he cooked was super calorie dense.
This is part one. I'm going to come back with part two. If I can get this uploaded and deleted because it'll kill my phone, I'll come back with a part two.
I was so bloated. I always felt
my thoughts.
Kind of disgusting.
I want you to hear what she's saying.
He would love that. He would touch my belly and he would ask me, do you feel how expanded your belly is? And I felt like, yeah, I'm dying, like literally. And he said, you have no idea how sexy you are right now. And I still thought this was a compliment.
She's not American, she's not Canadian. She's on the other side of the planet.
I was piling up pounds pretty fast. It would have been much worse.
I don't see any reason for her to make this up. It's alleged.
A lot of exercise, a lot of stamina, a lot of strength. It was very physical. So I think I was burning a lot. Otherwise, I would have been easily around 400 pounds right now.
Chantal size.
I only grew to 265. That was my highest weight. And he was very unhappy with that. He was asking if I'm dieting or if I'm purging or if
Really
I'm
sick
doing
people out there.
cleansing therapy, whatever. And I always said no to that. And he would always be very inquisitive and suspicious and angry if I didn't say things that he didn't like. He never hit me. I must say that there was no physical abuse involved, but
Thank God.
it was purely emotional and verbal abuse.
Just as
He would
bad.
call me fat, he would call me all sorts of derogatory terms, a pig, a cow. At least for me they were derogatory. I think for him they were compliments because that was his thing. He got off of it. But
It's 1
I
a.m.
felt
in
like
New
crap.
York time.
And I
Needs
just
to go to
didn't
bed.
know how to
It's insomnia.
stand up to him. I just didn't know how.
And the
Fast
monster
forward to
is
January
asleep.
2020.
My 4-year-old. The
This
monster
is
is asleep. So it's the only time I
month
get
when our
peace
country, where we
of
resided,
mind.
went into lockdown.
Or
due
to
COVID.
myself.
But
Unless my
nobody
boyfriend's
knew
here to take
that
him
it's
off my
going to
hands for
happen.
10 seconds.
So I realized
He's
that I'm
acts like a 4-year-old too, and I got 2
unhappy with
toddlers
this
in here.
relationship. The last straw was when I asked him why is he not touching me, what's going on with our sexual life. We weren't together sexually for 2 months. And he screamed that I'm just ugly, that I'm
She's not ugly, you
unattractive.
guys.
And he showed me the women that
Very
he's
pretty
following
girl.
on YouTube.
Fat.
That if I want ever to be attractive to him, I must look like these women. And these were some big
Please go to
YouTubers,
Not Again
women,
and check out her
and
channel.
hypermorbidly
She has the link to
woman
this
named
lovely
Chanel.
lady's
I
channel.
think her
Very important.
nickname
Watch
was
this story.
Foodie Beauty, and the other one was Hungry Fat Chick. And I think the latter is doing like real life porn, and both of them are catering to feeders. He claimed that he was paying these women for specific content, and he didn't need me anymore because these women were satisfying him sexually. And if I want to be attractive to him, I must look like these women, and they are something like, I don't know, 500 pounds there. Oh, too much. So I said, no, my health is important. I already gained a lot of weight. It's uncomfortable for me
Go, girl.
put on tights, to tie my own shoelaces. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with what's going on. Bye-bye. He got angry. He kicked me out of the house. I had nowhere else to go. And in that country, I had no family, no friends. And in 2 days, lockdown. And I had to move back in with him. Since January until mid-May, I was stuck with my ex. And he still demanded 50% of rent. And I said, well, I lost my job, and I did lose my job. My employer was a dickhead. He did not pay me anything, any security. He just said, oh, well, in your contract there is a force majeure
Women are
clause,
still being
so you're not
victimized
entitled
to
to
this
anything
day.
if there is a
Let
force
me
majeure.
pause it. I watched the whole thing. I can't exactly remember what comes next, but I hope you guys caught that part. Foodie Beauty is one of the feeders, allegedly, one of the feeders that her victimizing, degrading, disgusting ex is paying on YouTube for feeder content. And you hear Chantel giggling about starting her OnlyFans and being able to talk about what she wants to talk about and everything, and just making a mockery of everything. And listen, I'm not on a crusade to stop Chantel's bag or, get her channel taken down for her childish behavior, self-harming behavior. I'm on here to expose, not even expose, that's not what I'm here for, but just for you to see how when people try so hard to hide who they really are, eventually it comes back to bite them in the butt. Why not just be who you are? If you are a racist, narcissistic woman child, just be that. As you can see, you're going to have supporters regardless. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. I feel like at this point, that half of Chantal's audience that isn't feeders, the other half, besides the people that want to see her get help, the very small portion, which are the haters and the people that used to support her or may feel sorrow for her, very few. The majority of that is at this point waiting to see if and when, God forbid, something happens to that woman. Because I'm going to tell you something. If, again, God forbid, something happens to Chantal, it's going to be on camera. And you're going to see Pete scrambling, like, Chantal, are you okay? Oh my God, are you okay? And we're going to watch Pete cut the camera off or scramble to try to get Chantal some help. I can tell you right now, like, I'm a Cancer. I've always been able to speak stuff up or dream about stuff and it happens. I'm not going to go as far as to say I'm an empath or even clairvoyant, but I'm pretty good at reading vibes and all that jazz. And I'm going to tell you right now, everything in my spirit is saying, God forbid, if this girl doesn't stop what she's doing and get some help, that's what's next for her. Because she's already in very, very poor health, okay? And God doesn't like ugly. Or whoever you believe in, the universe, anything, karma, anything. Whatever energies you're putting out is all you're going to get back. And Chantal's putting out a lot of bad juju. And whether you believe in it or not, it has been proven fact. There's videos all over YouTube of instant karma. So you don't have to believe in anything higher, anything, to understand that that is a real thing. Instant karma. Karma's real. Instant karma's real. So Chantal's living it up now, but all that nonsense she's putting out there is going to come back to her. Anyway, I want to cut this off before it stops. I do want to try to make another video giving my thoughts on this in addition, and just give a little bit of more insight onto how I feel about this whole Chantal mess, because I feel like, as most of her former supporters, people that can relate to her, people that maybe watched her and even gave her just click views and likes, or even saw her more favorable than the other Fab Four, I like to call them, or the other three ladies that are just terrible. You know, she was the most one that we could say, okay, she's a little bit entertaining. You know, she got her stuff with her, but she seems like a genuinely sweet person. And boy, was I ever wrong. And as someone that lives it every single day, that fakeness, that, oh, you know what I mean? Hi, guys. But you're really a total and complete biatch, racist, bigoted biatch that needs exposing. This is what I want to dive more into and then move on, because there's so many other instances of this. Anyway, you guys, if you stuck around this long, thank you so much. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's have this conversation. Please, once again, check out Not Again. I cannot pronounce this lady's name, but go on Not Again's channel. That is her most recent video currently for right now. And click on this other girl's channel with this story. Support her. Listen, watch the video all the way through. She has a lot to say. Take care, guys.